biggest lesson you took away from last week?
The biggest lesson, I would just say just to keep playing, and just to keep playing and just to come back against adversity, and just keep playing football.
In that first half, you made some plays with your feet. Would you feel like that was the first real opportunity you had to show what you can do in that part of your game since coming to Oregon State?
Somewhat, yeah, for sure. I mean, there was a time or two in the 2 games before that where I had a chance to possibly get out the pocket, but things just ain't shake that way. So I feel like I feel like this was the first game where I got to show what I can do with my legs, for sure. So
After 3 games, how would you kind of describe your play?
I definitely have to just keep getting better each week, but I think I've done a pretty good job of that so far, going week by week. But, just to, just same thing that I said, I just got to keep getting better and just learn from my mistakes and, just keep going forward.
When you talk about getting better, give me, 2 areas, 2 things you're focusing on behind the scenes in practice or whatever that, will help you kind of take that next step.
I would for sure just say just being keyed in onto the details for sure. That's something that our coaches preach is just details. So just being keyed into the details just all week during practice. So when the game comes, I've been there before, So just for sure keying into the details like my footwork. There was a time or two where I was late to my first read because I didn't have the correct footwork. So for sure details, and then I would say just being more vocal and trying to be more loud. There was a time or two in the game where there was a false start or something like that, and I'll point the finger at myself first, which I'm supposed to do. So I just got to be louder.
You're not a loud guy by nature, it doesn't seem like. So is that something you're working on generally?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You're getting a big weapon back in the passing game this week with Darius. Bray told us he's going to be going this weekend. Just kind of what does that do for you as a quarterback and for passing offense as a whole, getting him back?
Yeah, for sure. I'm excited to have DC out there and just to see what he can do and how he can help us out, which I think he will tremendously. But, I just think that gives the defense something else to key in and worry about too. So their game plan can possibly change on that, or they can have one guy follow him, or things like that. But that can also just help get the other receivers open too. So for sure.
Gundy was saying that Purdue's pretty consistently stuck in their defensive system, that playing that man. What does that do for you when you go to the line, knowing that they're going to be in that look? How does that change things for you?
Mm-hmm. I would just say that that I just have to be confident because just like the same thing that you said, they have a pretty base defense, and it all kind of looks the same, but there's at times where they can change things up. So I would just say just to not get bored with the same look. For sure. But besides that, just to have confidence in my receivers as I know they have confidence in me, just to go out there and win their matchup and just give them a chance. So,
How much are you checking at the line based on what you see? Do you do that regularly or occasionally? Or I imagine you've got freedom up there.
I would say occasionally. There's times where there's 2 play calls in one call. So I will come to the line and I may see a certain look, so I might check that. But so I mean there's just times where there's play calls like that, and then besides that, there could be something in the pass protection or something like that. But I would say occasionally.
And what's your success percentage on those? Are you batting? You doing well, or is it like 50-50? How you doing on that?
I think I'm doing pretty well. For the most part. But there's times too where there could be a tough look, and at those times I'll look to the sideline and they'll say that we're good or to do this. So,
Gotcha.
Yeah, but it's been pretty good so far.
You want to see it open up a little bit? I mean, you guys your identity is pretty straightforward, but I mean, as a quarterback, you want to have a little fun back there too, huh?
Yeah, but at the end of the day, it's the coach's game plan, and just to go with what works. And obviously, we didn't have the outcome that we wanted this last week, but just the same thing that I've said before, just to have confidence in my teammates and in my coaches and things like that. So I'm confident in what they're doing up there. So.
And Trent Walker's been towards the top of the nation in terms of targets and target share in an offense. Just kind of what's your chemistry been like with him so far, and how's that continued to develop over the season?
Yeah, for sure. Me and Trent have a great relationship. I think it started with just the same thing as all the other receivers too. I think it just started all during spring camp and during spring ball and camp and during all our off time. Just routes on there and just to build that chemistry. But yeah, it's been great so far. He just knows how to make space and to get open. So I find him a lot, and he makes plays. So
Another Big Ten team coming to town this weekend, Purdue. You transferred to Oregon State from Idaho. What's your experience like playing in these games against these caliber opponents? Is this what you came here for?
Yes, for sure. This is definitely what I came here for. Just to have more resources, and my goal is to go to the NFL. So this was just a thing that I felt like I had to do, but just to play against better competition. All that for sure. So.
As a player, what's kind of been the? I think you'll be out of eligibility by the time it happens. But what would the expansion of the Pac-12? What's that kind of been like as for players in the locker room?
Mm-hmm. I think for sure it's just exciting. I think it just adds fuel to the fire. Just to have that in mind that we can get to the college football playoffs or this and that. So I think it just adds fuel to the fire, and guys are excited about it. So.
What point over the last X amount of days since that game did you see or feel and be like, okay, we're going to turn the page? I feel good about the psyche of the team or whatever. Was there any point?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. I would probably say Sunday. We came in and we met as our position groups and as a team, and had practice and all that, and put that bed to rest. And that wasn't the outcome that we wanted, of course, but and there was a lot of bad, but there was also some good things in that game too. So I think definitely the day after we just came in and put that game to rest, and I mean, we're confident in ourselves that we are a good football team, and that was a pretty good team, too. So yeah, we're confident.